Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Park 9. We have a round 18 final minor round of the season of Division 1 Adelaide Footy League football. I'm Jack Banwell here with Matt Gale at Park 9 between second place Sacred Heart Old Collegians and Prince Alfred Old Collegians, who sit in sixth at Prince Alfred's home ground this afternoon. Matty, happy to be here, mate.
Yeah, it's going to be a magnificent clash. Dead rubber, albeit though. But yeah, a couple of sides that would like to finish off with a win, Jack, particularly Sacred Heart after 3 losses on the trot and the last year's premiers. But obviously want to finish on a very good note in front of their home crowd this afternoon, you suspect.
Certainly. Ground conditions today, looks to be a beautiful day. There's a slight breeze around, looks to be going sort of across the ground, right to left if you're kicking to the left of screen, but no, it doesn't look like there's any rain around. There's a fair bit of sunshine, around 20 odd degrees here in the Adelaide Heartlands. And the B grade score, if you've just joined us, Sacred Heart, the visitors, getting the chocolates there, 14-13, 97 to Prince Alfred, 3 goals, 7-25. Today's matchday sponsor, Matty Gale.
Yeah, Classic Clashes, proud to announce the media truck is now live and operating and is the first across the Australian media landscape with a massive sportal screen on the side. Commentating facilities above. We're capable of broadcasting a multitude of events, including sports of all types, community events, film nights, plus much, much more. Be announcing shortly when those trucks arrive at SA and be available to view, showcasing the many options that are available. And exciting news, sponsorship and collaboration places are available, including naming rights and advertising options for 2025. Don't miss this huge opportunity to create a unique way to bring brand awareness to your valued customers, potential customers, sponsors and supporters. Classic Clashes, celebrating grassroots greatness.
Minutes away from the first bounce here at Park 9. Sacred Heart winning the toss, will be kicking to the right of screen. Both captains there. Clayton Simons for the away side winning that one, and Lachlan McNamara is your home captain for this afternoon. As you alluded to there, Matty, Sacred Heart, the visitors, 3 on the bounce. They have lost, unfortunately for them, so they would want to get a win today and kickstart their charge into finals. As for the home side, 2 wins, 1 loss in their last 3. Their most recent outing away at Payneham got the chocolates in a thrilling 1-point victory. They found themselves behind late in that game, but kicked a late goal. I believe it was Brazil on the end of that one, winning for the side and securing their place in Div 1 next year. That was if they had gone down there, they would have been fighting for relegation if results had not have gone their way today. But no need to worry about that this afternoon. They are firmly entrenched in 6th place. Can't go up, can't go down. So they'll be back in Division 1 next year.
Yeah, good tonight. Hate to see a premiership side from 1 year in Division 1 go down to Division 2 the very next, but this league has delivered in spades this season, Division 1 for the Adelaide Footy League, and right over to now we've got massive ramifications on the line in other games like Brighton and Broadview, with both coaches bowing out and looking for new coaches for the season 2025, the loser going down to Division 2, so it's a really cutthroat division and very relentless on pressure, even right down to the last game of the season, Jack Banwell.
No, you're certainly right, and around the grounds as well, Golden Grove taking on Teacher Gully in the Grove Tavern Showdown. A win for Golden Grove will secure them a home elimination final, and it will more than likely send Teacher Gully down in the process. So Teacher Gully will looking to cause a bit of a stir in the top 5 and also rescue their season. Back to Park 9. What are you looking for from either side today, Matt?
I'm looking forward to seeing Sacred Heart bounce back into the winners list. They desperately need a win. The last time they lost 3 games was last year in round 18, and then they bowed out in straight sets in the qualifier and then the prelim. So they've got a lot to prove just to themselves more than anything. That's what I'm really looking forward to seeing Sacred Heart do. But this battle in the midfield is going to be huge. I expect the inclusion of Ethan Moore coming back from the Olympics. His brother was in the gymnastics. Only Australian to ever get in the top 25 is huge from that perspective, but he's into the side and he'd be a massive in. Over to you, Jack, to get us started.
Beautiful. In the middle, Bradley Noble and Jordan Neal in the ruck. All square in that one. Rankin one hand. Soccer kick out of the midfield. Intercepted. Umpire's called play on. Thought that was a clear mark to Pritchard, but he moves away onto that trusty left boot. Nice looking ball, and it's found the chest of Ianello. Handy performer this season for Prince Alfred. He's looking deep. He's looking in the Brazil direction. I think that's ill-directed. Gets a mid onto it. Couldn't quite pluck it. And a good tackle held up in Prince Alfred's forward 50 to start this contest.
Beautiful conditions, Jack, and looking forward to a ripper this afternoon. Ball thrown in. Some good work there. Ground level. Clearing kick. Finds the chest there of Henry McAuliffe. He goes out wide. Cooper Wilkins late in for Collado. So Collado, the playing coach, is out. Goes short to Kerrish. Hugged up against the boundary line. Had one short early. Got McDermott also on short. Probably needs to go longer down the line. Goes to an interesting position in the field. Picks off something out of nothing, which was Noble. Swings onto the left, the big man. Deep inside forward 50. Good punch at ground level. Stack of PAC players around the peel. Some good work to pick that one up. Good work by Luke McCauley. Quickly kicks it out only as far as Noble and co. As they queue up. Strong tackling there in the end. And we'll have a ball up. So Hildyard in the one Guernsey.
The late number change there, Hildyard. One down, cleared by McNamara. Out of the wing. All square in that battle. Sanderson. My bad, Ned Brooks, the vice-captain for the visitors. Hildyard does really well. Shrugs one, gets a handball away. They move it forward, but to no avail. Pritchard has to kick, and does. Great tackle, good follow-up there by Archie Perks. And the umpire will have it for a repeat ball up. Bradley Noble getting involved early. He's probably got one hand on the Sacred Heart BNF, you would think, Matt?
Certainly would. Noble up against Neil. Exciting ruck duel we've got ahead of us this afternoon. Ball comes to ground level. Quick kick out of that contest. Hartshorn couldn't take the mark. Summed up, backing back again. Gives the double effort. Trenorden swings one through Pitt. Pitt goes out wide. Has Clark on. Clark at half back. Has one on the 45. That was quickly chipped off, which was Jolly. Goes short. Strong mark there by Howard. So Howard into the side this week. Another short chipping ball. Heads to Lachlan McNamara. He's got his brother on and uses him well. So the two McCauleys giving a 1, 2, 3. Bit sloppy. Could have kicked it off the ground. Probably needed to in the end. Goes back to Trenorden. Over the top to Luke McCauley. Quickly kicks one forward. Doesn't quite make the 50 play. Plenty of players at ground level. Umpire's found a free kick. And it will go to Oliver Clark. So he's been in scintillating touch, this young man. Looks long. Goes for a little bit of... Oh, he's been chimed off. And an easy mark there in the last line of defence for Sacred Heart.
See what they can conjure up from their back half here. Sacred Heart. They go short to McAuliffe of the Henry variety. Another sideways ball. It's been a feature of Sacred Heart's play this season. Tight, low-scoring affairs. Can they put a score on the board this afternoon? It's Hartshorn in a big contest there. Fumbles out of bounds in the marking contest. Boundary throw in right in front of both dugouts.
The ball thrown in. Noble gets his first hands on it. McDermott gets swung around. So there's Ethan Moore back on the side this week. Gives it to Noble over the head of Pitt. Hartshorn taken over the boundary line by Sumner. And we'll have a throw in right in front of our broadcast box. Sumner trying to claim the kick off a contest that was clearly hit over the line. There's no wrong there. And Sumner getting a little bit cheeky, trying to con the umpire into that one. And the umpire right up to it. So Neil, Noble, both grappling. Ball comes down to Jolly. His kick smothered. Goes back to the trough, so does Ethan Moore. Strong tackle by the bone crusher McRae. About a fourth game back now from his nasty ACL injury last year. And his second and and third best in his last two. Moore quickly kicks to the hot spot. Pamping himself under the ball. There's Luke McCauley. So looks to play on immediately. Has a couple of teammates in pursuit. Goes to Pitt. Pitt over the top. Smart kick to Singleton. Out the back here. Through Oliver Clark. Just needs a kind bounce. Has one bounce himself. Has a second one. Looks for something at the top of the square. Can't quite find Brazel. He's got Perks out the back. Needs a kind bounce. Can go back, and he does, to Seals. Left foot. Hot spot. Looking for a big target. Nothing doing. Plenty of numbers there. Moore cleans up beautifully for Sacred Heart Old Collegians.
Hildyard does really well. Out to Wilkins. Into the side today. Hartshawn, strong mark on the lead. Held up well, but he's able to get a handball off. That's Hildyard. Continued his run. The umpire's found a free. Someone's been dropped behind play. And it's going the way of PAC and the skipper in Tom Sumner, co-captains for Prince Alfred, Sumner and McNamara. Tight arm wrestle so far. 6 minutes gone. No score to either side. Just played between the arcs. Sacred Heart, best defence in the comp this season. Only conceding 53 points per game. Nice intercepting mark and handballed, and they're away. Long kick down the line. Hartshawn and Sumner. Expect that to be a physical battle all afternoon. Off hands. Well roved. Brooks is out. Handballs it back. Well tackled. William Charlick. That's holding the ball. Tried to shrug one, but Charlick was strong in the contest on Laub. He wins himself a free.
So good work there. Clawed him back. McCauley. Luke chips one over the top. Lovely looking little feather kick to Howard. Howard goes back to McCauley. Streams through the middle of Park 9, as casual as you like. Long kick to half forward. No mark taken. Strong tackle there on Till. And the ball will be held up for a ball up there about left half forward for Sacred Heart. For Prince Alfred College. Good tap by Noble. As easy as you like, in fact. High up and under. Hard one to mark, and a strong mark there. Taken by Cooper Wilkins. Just pops one over the top. Nice little kick to the Fox. So the Foxy lady. Drilling ball. In the direction of Hartshawn. Worm burner. Mopping up there was Pitt. Good work there by Pritchard. Coughs it up. Kerrish couldn't take it with him. Strong tackling there by by Moore. And we've got a play held up at right half forward for Sacred Heart. Team's really starting to just feel themselves out here, Jack.
Yeah, certainly. It almost looks like Prince Alfred are just struggling forward of centre with that breeze. A couple of kicks have just hung up in the breeze, haven't been able to find a target. Sacred Heart moving the ball fast through Kerrish. Handball receive in the Wilkins direction. Out the back, has he got it? No, that's a great mark. Trenorden being one of the better players across the year and in the last recent weeks in the best players, Trenorden. That's a nice looking ball to Charlick, who's being held up by Benuto. The featherweight Benuto on the mark, doing his best to corral. Nice kick, but Noble's in the hole. Great intercepting mark there from the ruckman, doing as he should, filling the hole. He'll pump this one long. Who can mark? Flyers, Fox. Off hands, it's all PAC. Pritchard, and they're away through Jolly. He should find a target. Great skills as always, and he's found Howard into the side today. He moves it on fast through McNamara, has a bounce through the centre of Park 9. He shrugs off about 3. Calls for running too far, and he finds Thiel, who finds Clark. About 70 from home.
But Clark too far out to score. Nice little sizzler, goes right up the chimney, no mark taken, ball comes to ground. Plenty of Sacred Heart to mop up. They do through more. Out to McDermott, he's under a huge amount of duress in the back, says the umpire, so a reprieve. Looks to play on immediately. So Moore started extraordinarily well. Very much a welcome back into the side. He's on again here, Moore. So McDermott just bracing himself after that high contact. Had Kerrish on short on the end as well. Goes longer. Great mark in the end by Luke McCauley. So McCauley's playing Batman and Robin back there. Jolly. Playing more of a wing inside-out player this year. Pitt. Lovely little sizzler. Pritchard mops up, looking for that left foot. That's a throw every day of the week, and it's called that way. So they press hard here. They've got one out the back, and Fox needs a well-judged position. He's interfered here, Trenorden. Fox given the free kick. Trenorden running back and got the wobbly boots on a little bit there, and just reaching out. Just got a little bit of a claw on the Fox. And Fox, like good forwards do, worked well to claim that free kick.
Yeah, just good pressure up the ground there from Sacred Heart. Caught PAC on the slingshot. That all squeezed up the ground, but they're holding the ball. Caught them out in transition.
So Fox, breakout season, 21 goals to date, and the leading goal kicker for Sacred Heart Old Collegians this season. 35 out straight in front, deliberate approach, straight over the goal umpire's hat for a lovely goal. And the first one for this afternoon. And amazingly, the Sporters scoreboard 11 minutes down for our first score in this clash. Such has been the dead rubber that has proven 11 minutes have gone and snuck under the radar. Jack Bamwell for Sportle and Han Zero Carb. Great taste. How good?
Yeah, certainly has. Last three scores in Sacred Heart games, 40 to 52, 27 to 102. That was Ticklenunga, and 56 to 61. So they love an arm wrestle, do the Shockers. They pride themselves on their defence. Last 2 years they've been up there with the best defences in the competition.
Yeah, they're ranked number 1 defence this season, Jack, but ranked 9 in forward structure and scoring capacity.
Certainly. Noble, all square in that ruck battle. Macaulay reads the ball superbly and uses it even better. To Thiel. He's got a long searching lead out on that far side, and it's Kelly. Good mark on the chest. Equally good pass from Thiel. Goes long and strong. He's got Schmidt flying. Good chop out there from the defender. McNamara, run down. That's your man, Ethan Moore. He's certainly making his presence felt into this Shock side. He doesn't need to run through the twos. He's ready to rock and roll straight through the ones. Have one on short. That's Kerrish. Got McRae if he wants to move it fast. He doesn't. Goes to Gluyas. Brother Darcy back into the twos today. Another handy A-grader who should come in for finals. To McDermott. Benudo, the featherweight over his head. Neil, strong tackle on Noble, but he's able to get a handball out. Benudo, kick forward. It's gone to ground. Anyone's ball now. Hartshawn and Sumner. He's got Schmidt for company. Kakuro coming in. And yeah, just rode him like a bit of a horse there. Nothing in it, but won a free kick. And he goes for the switch.
So Schmidt, some smart work, goes to Singleton. Goes to Pitt. Got Pritchard inside. Plenty of PAC players queuing up. And almost turns it over. They've got plenty of players to mop up, and Pitt does to Pritchard. Weaves a bit of magic on that left, a bit of a sizzler. Wormburner gets a back crow throw on. Anyway, Pritchard mops up. He's got one out the back there in Wilkin. Couldn't take it with him. So the bone crusher McRae goes out the back. Some smart work to McDermott. Gets on that trusty left. Too much time. Wilkin mops up well. He's done. Umpire calls play on. Perks picks it up. Goes inside forward 50. Needs a target and he finds one. So this is where they've been lacking here, Prince Alfred Old Collegians. And finally a mark inside their forward 50. And a good one at that from Joe Howard. Only his second A-grade game. And in fact has played as low as C1 and C8s back in 2022. So it's taken his time to come through the ranks. And he started well. Picked up plenty of positions off half-back early doors, playing as a high half forward. That ball's going to drift across the face. No, not getting through for him. And I think Noble ends up kicking a goal for PAC, which will register as a rush behind. And their first score, Prince Alfred College 1 behind. Sacred Heart Old Collegians 1 straight. We're almost 15 minutes down first term. Jack Bamwell.
Kerrish with the inbound. He's got some numbers on the outer side and he goes there. He goes to his skipper. Tough contest. Good spoil by Clark coming across. Simons wins that one off hands, but Corral out of bounds by Thiel. So it hasn't been the high-scoring, free-flowing affair that Sacred Heart might have hoped for. We were speaking to Simons in the pre-match, wanting to get their confidence up after 3 losses in a row. McRae in and under. Umpire will have it for another ball up. Noble and Kelly this time for Prince Alfred in the ruck. Wins that one as well. Only as far as Simons. Comes inside on his right foot through the centre of the ground. Kakuro wasn't quite on the same page. Well worked there by Macaulay and Schmidt. That's a bit of a mung inside 50 though, and it's not going to go too much further. Good intercept mark down there. Kakuro and Fox. Kakuro wins that down, and it's Fox, the big man, who's doing the roving. Benuto just kicked out of his reach, and that's out of bounds off of Singleton. Will be another boundary throw in. Plenty of stoppages early doors in this first quarter.
Yeah, we're 16 minutes down in this clash, and 2 scoring shots, and one of them was a rush behind by Brody Noble, kicking a rush behind goal. So the Sportle scoreboard's a little bit sleepy at the moment. Jack Banwell, Pritchard just clawing it back in with Noble. Through centre wing. PAC tent side. Good tap by Noble. He's been in good form, the big man. One of the best big men in the Adelaide Footy League Division 1. Some hard-hitting bodies. Umpires found a free kick for too high. And the recipient there will be Macaulay. So sorry to those viewers, but Macaulay McNamara, I've got them a little bit mixed up. May have called them Macaulay brothers. But they're the Daddy Macs out there at the moment. They're cleaning up. Both have been captains in this side. Do have one thing in common. Nice little sizzler to Charlie. He's got one on the 45. Umpire could have taken the mark there. Decides to let Schmidt take over. Do his thing. Schmidt on the 45 to Pitt. So BAC just gaining yardage by these short little kicks. I've got Macaulay on again, short. Goes even wider on this occasion to Lauby. So Lauby was the best player last week. So that's Teal. So Teal, left half forward. Nice drilling ball inside, forward 50. Looking for a mark, not taken. I think that was Singleton who was up high and couldn't quite bring down the mark.
In Prince Alfred's 50, Kelly crashes in. Umpire's found a free. It's going the way of the competing ruckman for Sacred Heart in there. He's got McAuliffe out on his own, right in the teeth of Park 9. He can have a bounce. He's almost can kick for goal if he chooses, but he looks like he's trying to get onto his right.
Oh,
he kicks the right foot, check side. Going across the face, through for a minor score.
Jeez.
That was Henry McAuliffe.
It's our first Jag Meat Works contender of the day. Right foot slicer from McAuliffe. So Pitt to take the kick-in duties. You have one short on. So plays on. Been a good touch, the playing coach. Pops one out the back. They've got it up. Beautiful set play. So sizzling through is Ianello. Goes to half forward. Needs a marking target. This is where they've fallen down. Could have been a throw there, not seen by the umpire, but they clear the ball well here. Sacred Heart backing into the pack and upsetting the apple cart there was Fox. Trenorden manages to hold on and goes back to Sumner. So we're back to exactly where we started 30 seconds ago in a roundabout way. So nice little ball to Searles. Can go back to Trenorden. Has Pitt on the 45, not his best kick. Lets Pitt down. Smart tackling by Moore. And holds it up about 35 from home here for Sacred Heart. Looking for the second goal of this match, Jack. And we're in the 20th minute mark of this first term.
You are not getting out of an Ethan Moore tackle. I've learned that pretty quickly this afternoon. Charlie coming through, does well, turns the body. Kakuro can make something happen. Gets a handball out, but it's only as far as Wilkin. But it's all Sacred Heart out the back here. Oh, that handball's gone through Brendan Smith's fingertips. It's back on the end of it. Ian Ello does well, in and under. McDermott just a little worse for wear there. Clark coming through strong. Hartshaw and Neal contending this one in the ruck. Hartshaw, big frame to get around. Rankin in and under the little ball. 13 games for the year, 10 times in the best players. You'll see him down at the bottom of a pack many times this afternoon. Bradley Noble just snuck onto the ground right in front of us here, unopposed. He should get it here. Ethan Moore, can he find him? Seb Kerrish, nice user, finds a target. That's Wilkins. Ball bobbling around, Thiel and Kerrish. Umpire will have it for another stoppage. Just on the edge of 50, right in front of our commentary position.
So ball right on the paint, right in front of our broadcast position. Proud partners here, filming Footy and Sports Interactive. Good tap in the direction of McAuliffe. Couldn't pick it up. Good work that ground level. No one home, and a poor kick off the boot in the end by Charlie. So a free kick for out of bounds traditionally. And Benito, just a small frame little unit, box. Goes to the hot spot. Sumner picks it off. Some good work there by Charlie. Needs to hold on there with Searles. Just pops one over the top in the open space. Prepared to run onto it, just buying time more than anything. And they've turned it over. So Simons, left half forward. I'd love the next goal here, Sacred Heart, just for confidence purposes more than anything. Simons calling someone to come towards him, and that man is Wilkins. Couldn't take the mark, bounced off his chest. And Searle's happy to see the ball out of play. We'll have a ball up, the boundary throw in. 60 from home here for Sacred Heart. So we're 22 minutes down. Good tap by Neal. Oh, just upended there. And that's dangerously high. And then way the bone crusher McRae plays on. It's the hot spot right down Noble's throat. Chopped the arm. Umpire's called it a push, but Trenorden got a chop. And he went choppity-chop on big Bradley Noble. And Noble has had a fantastic season. He's brought him around to straight in front of the goal. Anyway, Noble will be very happy with that because the big man, third best last week, grew up on the Eyre Peninsula and spent some time at Glenelg as a junior. So Trenorden about 12 metres out from goal. Noble has started this contest extremely well. Straight in front, makes the umpire work a bit. And it says, all clear. So Sacred Heart kicking only the second goal of this match thus far. And on the Sportal scoreboard, it's Sacred Heart 2-1-13. A handy little 12-point buffer time on in this first term.
Definitely been played largely between the arcs, I feel, but just PAC just struggling with a bit of forward connection. They've had a few nice looks going inside 50, but haven't been able to find targets.
Done a lot of work in their back half. Not much reward for effort, Jack, unfortunately. Once they get it to half forward, they're really lacking options, unfortunately.
Certainly, and that's also why Sacred Heart's defence is the best in the comp, so they will find it hard to score this afternoon.
Miserly defence, Sacred Heart.
Liked Howard's game as well, coming into the team today. Played largely in the reserves this year. And that's quarter time. So a rather lacklustre affair thus far. Played largely between the arcs. And the home side yet to register a major. Sacred Heart kicking two of their own. The score going into quarter time. Home side 0 goals, 1 behind. Sacred Heart 2 goals, 1, 13. That's a even 2-goal lead to the visitors.
So quarter time, 12-point buffer in favour of Sacred Heart. Looking to get back in the winners' list after 3 consecutive losses. Can Prince Alfred Old Collegians bounce back in the second term? That's all before us. We'll come back with these key messages with the second quarter action.
Welcome back here, Park 9, quarter time, second quarter approaching in the coming minutes between Prince Alfred and Sacred Heart. The scores, just to recap, the home side just registering one behind that quarter to Sacred Heart, 2 goals, 1-13. So the away side having an even 2-goal margin. Better players for the first quarter, Macaulay, Pitt and Sumner. Largely the ball was down in their back half for the most of it for the home side. They had plenty of the ball. Sumner doing a good job on Jackson Fox, Sacred Heart's leading goal kicker. He did register a goal in that first quarter, Fox, but that was from a free kick. Had a couple of opportunities on the mark, but Sumner laid a few good spoils. And as for the away side, Ethan Moore into the side today after a couple of months off at the Olympics, supporting his family. And Noble among the better players for the away side. The goal kickers, Fox and Noble, kicking a goal each for Sacred Heart. Matty Gale.
Yeah, I've been pretty impressed with Noble in ruck and Moore's tenacity, and just his heat map would be right off the charts because he's been everywhere in this first term. Well, Macaulay, McNamara, and back to the middle anyway. Good tap there by Neil. Needed to inject himself into the game, and he has. He's started well. Simons gets behind the ball. Quick kick to half forward. Great work there. Couldn't take a mark. Was Karkuro. Doubles up and butters up for the third time. Some good work there by Karkuro. Went goalless last week, so out to impress. Oh, that's as tunnelling as you will ever see, and dangerous in the end, but a good mark there by Oliver Clark. As we said, in super touch, pushing early on Ianello, not seen by the umpire. Ball comes to ground. Just need to keep it alive, and they do. So that's the start they were after. And a great goal to Hugo Kelly. Talk about confidence. That's what it needs to happen for that great young man there. 16 games for the reserves last year for Sturt. And what a goal for him to set his second quarter underway, and that of his team to kick the first goal, because it's been a long time coming. I don't know how many minutes we got away in that first term. It wouldn't be much over 25, Jack, but basically 26 minutes of footy's a long time to register a goal, and not getting one in the first term, you need to get one early, and they have. So 2-1 plays 1-1, and good start here by PAC in the second term.
Yeah, we waited around about 15 minutes for that first one, so it was nice to get some action early doors. Second quarter, McRae to McDermott, kicks long to the centre half forward. Good mark there by Macaulay, continuing where he left off. Not in that fashion though, that's not his best kick. Rankin, great pick up from his toes, has an eye for goal, but he shanked it. Got a bounce? No. Sumner mops this one up. Trenorden, he's missed him though. He's going to be under pressure from Simons in a moment, but he has time to steady and find a target in Wilkin. Near side half back, goes inside to Singleton. Shock defence set up very well down the line. Flood of numbers coming across the ground, nothing to kick to. He's got Kelly down the line, and he's been forced to go there. And Perks is there as well. Kelly does really well, nearly plucked that one. Charlick off hands, Perks, short ball. McNamara marks. They want to move it through the ground, but they can't quite. Ianello's got a bit of room inside 50. It goes wide by hands. Charlick, long, Noble in the hole. Brazel through his hands. Brinkworth, good hands. Noble and Brooks. And that's back to Charlick, who takes a nice intercepting mark in between a few. Macaulay. He's held up and he goes inside, right in the centre of the ground. Plays on under pressure from Hartshaw, but he found Pitt. He's got Brazel, looks to go in that direction. He's got a few. Clark, can he fly? Ianello. Umpire's found a free.
Gee, I didn't quite see that.
Tug of the arm, said the umpire, and Tyson Brazel will line up for his probably first kick of the afternoon. Would be
his first kick, yeah. He may have had a hand pass just to get himself out of a bit of trouble, buy a bit of a time for a crafty fall, but no, definitely his first kick.
Tyson Brazel leading goal kicker for the club this year, 27 goals. Certainly knows where they are. Was second in the comp last season in their premiership year. In he comes, kicks from 45. And he likes it. The crowd like it. And it's back to all square. 2-1-13 apiece on the Sportle and Hahn Ultra Zero Carb scoreboard.
Great to see that big man in action because he's been carrying a hamstring tendonitis for the majority of this season. So he's been a Port Adelaide top-up player. Stuck around with PAC in this second half of the season, and 56 goals last campaign in the premiership year, but he looked like a lame player here a few weeks back. We did the Glenunga game and they got smashed by 90 points, and he pulled up lame in the second quarter, so he's looking good today, and huge for his confidence and that of Kelly, both goal kickers in this turn. So Noble goes back to McRae. Good to see the Bone Crusher back. Goes to half forward. Looking to mop up. There was Rankin. Couldn't take it with him. Went out of his lane. He's back in though, Rankin. Hard as nails. Strong tackle by Rankin. And they'll have a ball up at right half forward. Sacred Heart as the heat's been taken out of the skyline a little bit. A couple of degrees dropping here at Park 9. Left the old Parker in the car, Jack. Not anticipating any cooler weather, but I should have brought it. Don't know where we would have put it though. That's another story. So back to the action. Strong tackling again there by Sacred Heart and rewarded for their pressure acts. So more dribbling ball. Beautiful kick. Lovely kick to Fox. So Fox with one already. Looking forward to getting some new glasses next week, Jack, so I can see exactly who that player is on the far side. But anyway, it does look like Fox. And he's their leading goal kicker this season. Beautiful build up from Moore. And that's a lovely kick. Oh, just to the right there. Must have been the last second because it looked on target. And through for a minor score. Their first score for the quarter, Sacred Heart. Prince Alfred College, you got out the blocks. We've got no Sportle timer. So the timer's gone here. Thankfully, Harry the horse is all over it like we won't say, on 6 minutes into this second term.
Fox was nearly put that one through. Used the breeze to his advantage there. Not to avail. PAC have worked this well to the centre of the ground, inside 50 now, and that's over the back. That's going to land in Wilkins' chest, and he streams into goal. 25 out. And in a flash, they've kicked 3 in this quarter, have the home side, and they take a 5-point lead early on.
Unbelievable they've hit the lead because that's 6.5 minutes of footy. And they didn't look like they could kick a goal in the first quarter, Jack. Slammed on 3 in the first 6.5 of this second term. So, unbelievable turnaround within a very short space of time.
This match today, if you've just joined us, 6th place, Prince Alfred, the home side, and Sacred Heart, second on the ladder. Both teams cannot move.
So, Noble, Neil, just saw him in the last play. Sign that he's really lacking confidence, not calling for the ball right and right in front of us, but magnificent tap by Neil. Well judged by the Bone Crusher. His ball smothered off Pritchard. Rankin whacks it on the boot, goes inside 450. Easy mark, uncontested. And Fox, hasn't he started well? So, sorry, that is Wilkins into the side. Cooper Wilkins. Marked a couple of beautiful balls at half back and half forward in that last term. And his first shot on goal. So late inclusion for the playing coach, Clotto. Not much angle in it. Distance may test him. Goes right, comes back. Beautiful kick. Lovely goal to Cooper Wilkins. So he runs from the field, as they do in the AFL, runs to the field after runs to the bench after a sausage roll, and off he goes. So goal for goal, Jack. I'm glad that this second term's really opened up because the first term was put the mute button on at times. No,
it did. It was something out of nothing there. Just a quick kick out of the stoppage from Rankin, and Wilkins found himself in a nice hole unopposed. That's what happens with those rush kicks at times, catches the defence off guard. Neil wins that one down, only as far as Kerrish. He just slaps it on the boot. Benuto trying to hustle his opponent off it. Rankin in there, great tackle on Macaulay. Umpires judged to have got him high. Footy did well to not get him high, even though Macaulay led with his head.
He did the crocodile roll.
He did. Umpire was on the other side though. Kelly, that's a nice ball, and that's an even better mark. You called it earlier there, Matty, after his goal, that he'll do it with confidence. It looks like he's playing with some, taking a few nice marks on the lead now. It's a nice looking ball down the line. Ianello out the back here, they're out PAC. Clark has time to steady and centre to Hayden Jolly. Big contest there, a few Sacred Heart players flew for that one. It was a bit of a friendly fire between Gluyas and Brooks, the vice-captain, but they're both often walking.
Yeah, that was a fortunate set of circumstances because Ianello hit that pack really hard, but his eyes clearly weren't on the ball then. And back to the action though, Jack.
Hayden Jolly, in he comes, normally a great kick, and this time's no exception. It's his first of the afternoon, and Prince Alfred's fourth of the quarter. And that lead goes back to 5 points. PAC hit the lead again after Sacred Heart just kicked a goal a couple of moments ago.
I didn't think I'd have to mention this today though, Jack, but I'm going to have to keep a lead change because we've had 3 in this quarter. And after 2 goals in the first term, who thought we would be saying this? So 3 lead changes already in this contest. So game on. Exciting to see after a pretty dull and boring first term. Back to the action. Neil started really well. Noble gets it down to the bone crusher McRae. Goes out wide. McDermott, Kerrish, back to McDermott. Whacks it on his non-preferred. Sort of doesn't favour any of his forwards. Ball comes to ground. Geez, that's some good punching work there by Macaulay because they were starting to queue up this Sacred Heart and looking for the next goal in this clash. And unbelievably, Prince Alfred College Old Collegians are up by 5 points. Bone Crusher takes it down, gives it to Moore. High up and under, barely the required. Good work by Macaulay. It was clawed in the end, and that'll be brought back. And the arm was pulled down. It's gone the other way. So it looked like the Prince Alfred player there. His arm was brought down. I thought that was
that looked
certainly the other way around, but Karkuro ends up with the pill. Well, unbelievable turn of events there because that clearly looked like the Prince Alfred player was pulled down in the contest, but not to be. So Karkuro, as we mentioned, goalless last week. Short run up. And that looked like a player out of form there because that wasn't a proper Tristan Kakaro run up where he had 38 goals in his last campaign last year. Looks like a player out of touch.
Yeah, even though he went goalless last week, he still had a decent chunk of form there, kicking 2, 2 and 4 in the 3 previous. So, yeah, not sure. It's the first time I've watched him, so I'm not sure if that's an unusual sort of run up there from him. But he knows where the goals are. As he said, kicked 38 last year. Now Hartshaw finds himself parked on Hackney Road there as he lines up for goal right in the junction. He'll have the breeze to his advantage. We'll push it slightly across goal.
Has got 1 goal of the year already. It's got a kilo of snags at home.
This for his 2nd kilo. Not to be this time. That is out on the full. Connor Hartshaw. Looks like Craig Pitt to bring this one back inside. Goes to Macaulay. He plays on. Not sure if the umpire called that not 15 to be honest, but he took off straight away. Moore spoils Schmidt really well and wins the handball. Kick forward by the Fox. Karkuro at the back. Brings it to ground. And he's still in and under there. Can he shovel out a handball? He can't, but he lays the tackle. And the umpire's called holding the ball, and it was Rankin in there with strong defensive pressure on Pitt. We'll line up for goal. Tight in the pocket. we'll see if he can kick truly.
Started quietly, Rankin, but he's really come into his own in this quarter. He's probably had half a dozen quality possessions inside that forward half, and he's playing an extraordinary second term.
10 times in the best players, so he's a welcome addition for the finals, and he loves it off the boot. That's straight over the umpire's hat. That's his first of the afternoon, and for either side it's all single goal kickers. 4 goals apiece and another lead change. Matty Gale, 2 points to the margin. 14 minutes gone, second quarter. 4
lead changes after one team was goalless in the opening terms. Hard to believe 8 goals in this game. Anyway, we've expect the unexpected in the Adelaide Footy League, particularly when it's brought to you by Classic Clashes, celebrating grassroots greatness. And a big thank you to Filming Footy and Sport Interactive, our broadcast partners, also to the Adelaide Footy League, Sportal and Hahn for the scoreboard. Hahn Ultra Zero Carb, great taste, Ultra Zero Carb, how good, and how good is this contest? 4 lead changes in this term. Good work by Kerrish, just paddles it along, gets it on his trusty left foot boot, goes in the direction of Lauby, couldn't take it with him. Benudo hits that contest hard, bounces off the little pocket rocket, and the umpire says, I'll have it. Boys, a true centre half forward of park number 9. So ball thrown up right on the paint. Good tap there by Noble. Couldn't pick it up with Simons. So a fair few players are in this contest. Benudo looking for a little bit of Jag Meatworks sausage sizzle action, but couldn't snag one in. Ball gets rushed through in the end for a minor score.
I think the umpire found a free there.
He's found a free.
Yeah.
Timmy Sumner.
Yeah, had his head over it and got cleaned up by the little pocket rocket. Schmidt goes to the outer side in pit. He keeps this one in. He's got a bit of room to move, and he uses it well to Thiel, and now they're out. He's got Howard into the side today on over the top. Just has to hold it up momentarily. Pitt. That kicks straight into Ned Brooks. Does well to shrug a tackle. Sanderson, Kerrish, Brooks. Well worked through hands, and it's a good kick to Henry McAuliffe. He's got Wilkins out over the back. Doesn't go there. He's got a couple out on the back, over the back if he chooses. But he's held up well by the defence. Been called to play on now, so he's forced to kick it. And it's not a nice ball because it's gone out of bounds on the full. And Pitt will have to bring this one back in for PAC.
So Pitt racking him up at half back. Has a bit of brazzle dazzle on short. Finds him. Long way up the ground, the big man. Another player banking on confidence and kick one earlier in the term. Lovely little ball. Chisler to half forward. Finds Geordie Neal. Doesn't have much in the disposals department. High up and under. Ianello hits the pack hard, looking for a little bit of Bianco. And Ianello getting a kilo of the Jag Meatworks, 1 kilo of gourmet sausages just about a month back here on this exact same ground. So quick kick out of the contest, good punch, picks it up, oh lovely work, secondary efforts, comes out the back and a strong mark there to Zachary Sanderson, who's playing game 100 I believe today. No, it's not.
That was Sanderson. You got it right. If he's playing 100 games, congratulations to you.
We'll double check this. I know there's 2 players out there. The Glewis is one of them.
Smothered off the kick there. That was good work by Pritchard to corral Ned Brooks.
Sorry, Brinkworth is the 100 game player.
Brinkworth.
Don't want to get in the way of a good story there, Jack.
Well, congratulations to you, Sanderson, on however many games you've played, mate.
Sanderson's just got the old mate Sandoz has got the 34. He's a long way from the hunch. Anyway, back to the action, Jack.
We'll raise the bat at 50.
Oh.
Ianello got him high. The umpire's called for a baller.
Gee,
definitely
got away with that again.
Randy Orton style. Neil comes in. Can he win the tap? Big punch from Neil. Coming late into that. Howard held up well by that man, the 100 gamer Cooper Brinkworth. Noble and Neil about 45 from home for PAC. They're going that way this quarter. McCauley, Wilkins, good mark. Spoiled Benudo. Just drew the high one out of McCauley. as the little fellas tend to do these days. So silky with the head movement, drawing the high one. And that's not a great kick. Let's put it on McCall's head. The umpire's found a free.
She's lucky, very lucky.
Don't know how you find a free for a clean spoil, but anyway, McCall's got a free. He should just pump it inside 50, but he's looking around. He sells a bit of candy on Schmidt. How much for that one? Kakuro, Moore. Straight into Moore's chest. And he'll go back from what looks to be about 50. It's going to be a tough kick into the breeze. Right into the teeth of the breeze. It's just going across the ground slightly. Ethan Moore likes playing against PAC, kicked 2 and was in the best players earlier in the season in their round 9 clash. Very casual. Almost a bit of a swagger in that run up. A little bit of a stutter. Kicks from 50. Win bring it back.
Ooh.
Across the face and punch through for a minor score. The lead extends to 3 points, as we approach red time in this second quarter.
So 20 minutes down. Second term. Flurry of goals, which has been fantastic to see. 6 goals in this quarter. Brazel just keeps it in, or no, he doesn't. So did mark in front of Simons, unfortunately out of bounds on the fall. And I think some interference there from Moore. And the free kick should be brought up the ground. So Ethan Moore undisciplined there. I think that was Ollie Clark just going back with the flight of the ball and got skittled by Moore. No, it wasn't Clark. He's further up the field here. Nonetheless, a kick down the line in the direction of Clark. Could have come from 4 deep, decided not to. Some good work there at ground level. Brazel beefs his way through.
Gang tackle.
And was gang tackled by Rankin. Bone Crusher's also in pursuit. Wait till he gets a couple more games in the Bone Crusher come finals. Tackling machine. Good work by Hartshorn. Almost peels it out of the ruck. Good work by Pritchard. Pokes one over the top. Just needed to be cleaner there, PAC. Well judged. Beautiful balance in the end by Dewhurst. Kick not so good. Under Dumas, they should be holding the ball, and it is. Young Wilkins did kick the goal early in the quarter. But done like a dinner there. So Tommy Sumner, experienced campaigner. Captain. Goes long, drilling ball. Ian Allo from 4 deep. Also a little bit of action for Bianco there at the back by Dewhurst. Oh, holding on the arm. And nothing doing by the umpire.
Yeah, that was a definite tug of the arm there by Brazel.
Yeah, it was a huge tug of the arm.
Trying to corral that one through for Pitt, but it didn't quite get the Shane Warne leg break like he was after. It's a behind to the home side. The Bone Crusher stands tall but well spoiled. And he can't shrug that tackle. And that's Thomas Searles with a good tackle and holding the ball right on the edge of 50. In the best players against Sacred Heart earlier in the season. Little drilling ball.
Oh,
good mark coming over the back there by Hartshorn. He is a big lump of a lad.
He is.
Hartshorn wouldn't want to get in his way. Definitely would not be sitting in the hole. Goes short and sideways to Brooks. He's got the big fox down the line. Goes over his head. Kakuro from the back. Couldn't quite. Followed up Benuto with a good tackle. Umpire's found a free. And it's going to McNamara.
Ooh.
In the thick of it as always. Got Brazel, Howard, Ian Ello in a little hole.
Jeez, Fox has actually come in off the mark there. Benuto was originally on the mark. Should have 50.
Not probably the kick you want from that position. Kakuro, stiff arm on McNamara. Howard, big tackle. There's just a little bit of feeling in this one. The crowd getting involved. A few strong tackles in the last couple of minutes. But it's another ball up.
So Neil, Hartshorn wins the tap. Bone Crusher rules him in. Not 15. Umpire calls it a mark anyway. The players knew what was going on. Pitt and then Brazel. Could have just needed a bit of a kind of bounce there, Brazel. And that is as deliberate as you have seen this year. And very unlucky in the end because she's very unlucky not to get a free kick there, PAC, right in front of the sticks.
Just smart use of the rules there.
Yeah, bent the rules, literally.
Yeah. I don't think there's deliberate rush behinds in the Adelaide Footy League, so that's all well and good. Hartshorn couldn't quite. Schmidt coming across. Ianello, sorry, my bad. McRae in and under. Charlick. And he's sat on by the skipper, Simons.
Interpretations are very different according to different competitions and different leagues and rules and divisions.
Probably stems from the top down, doesn't it? There's a bit of confusion in the AFL and it just filters down through all the leagues. Simons does really well. Shrugs a couple of players. Fox off hands. Benuto right in the great spot. But he was set upon straight away by Singleton. They were out there if Benuto could get a clean handball away. There'll be another ball up. Rankin, third man over the top of the two ruckmen. And he stands up and picks it up and handballs out, does Rankin. Benuto, this time, laying a good tackle on Singleton.
Jeez, he's tough and courageous, Rankin. I love him. So back to the contest. Jolly just buffaloes Simons over the line. Sorry, Jack, I've spoiled your vision there.
No, that's all right. 25 minutes gone here. Noble, Neil. Noble, nice tap. Neil just gets in the way of Rankin, though. Only as far as Simons. He's got plenty of composure, does Simons. Couldn't quite find the target there. Noble shrugged off Jolly. Kerrish with a bit of toe. Couldn't quite get a clean kick away. Fox, clean pick up. Handball over the top. Pritchard, good tackle. Charlick harassed him well. And they're out now. If he can get a clean set of hands, he does. Pritchard streaming through the centre of the ground. And that's Clark on the chest. Great ball. He's got Kelly out. Probably just too far to score. He's got Kelly. Was he chopped? He was not. Sanderson just did well to not illegally dispossess him there. And Brooks, nice handball to the Bone Crusher. Brooks runs away from Perks. And it's going to be harassed out of bounds. No, it's kept in play. Field, ball bouncing around here. Hasn't been very clean the last 5 seconds. It is now. Charlick, Pitt, Fox. Good hands. Now they're out. Kerrish. He's got a one-on-one. Wilkins down the ground. He goes over the top by hand. Benuto. He gets it back. Kerrish. He'll work onto his left. He's a good user. And that's going to not go through, but it's going to fall to Wilkins, who kicks it Joe the Goose from the goal square. And breathe. That's Sacred Heart's third of the term. And they extend their lead to 7 points.
Fantastic work there by Seb Kerrish. He set that all up then and didn't kick the goal in the end, but geez, he set it up well. And Cooper Wilkins, as good players do, no one will ever push back a Joe the Goose.
No way.
So great work by Kerrish to split that one straight down the middle of Park 9. So with 27 minutes gone, second term, Sportle scoreboard lights up for Hahn Ultra Zero Carb. Great taste, how good. So back to the action, Noble wins this one, just grabs it out of the middle, a bit clumsy in the end. Good work by Neil and McNamara, and there's the siren for half-time. And what an amazing turnaround, because it was a very lacklustre first term for Sportle and Hahn on the scoreboard. But at half-time it is Sacred Heart 5-4-34. Prince Alfred Old Collegians 4-3-27. 7-point margin after a 12-point lead at half-time. We'll quickly go through the goal kickers for Classic Clashes. Classic Clashes celebrating grassroots greatness. Cooper Wilkins with the 2, including that last Joe the Goose before the half-time. Jackson Fox, Bradley Noble and Cameron Rankin with singles. And for the Prince Alfred Old Collegians lineup, bit of Brazzle Dazzle, he got his first there, Tyson Brazzle. Hugo Kelly, confidence booster. Ollie Wilkin, superb season continues. And Hayden Jolly kicked a single there. And talking about a dead rubber, not much on the end of it. Both sides pretty focused, pretty pumped. There is no dead rubbers in this league, maybe on the ladder, but both sides looking to finish off the season smartly particularly for Sacred Heart as we see them coming off the field. Playing coach Alex Colotto late out from this lineup, and Cooper Wilkins has been his replacement, and he snagged 2 in the first half.
Do you leave out the player coach for the bloke who's come in and kicked a couple of snags early? What if he ends up with a handful? It'd be tough to push him out.
Hard to replace the great man. He's the 2-time best clubman at South Adelaide. He's just about to walk past us. Over 120 games at the top flight of SA footy. Doesn't look like there's much wrong with him, but anyway, at least the Sportal scoreboard's alive and well. We're going to take a short break and bring you back to second half action after these key advertisement messages.
Welcome back to Park 9, approaching the third quarter between Prince Alfred and Sacred Heart. Bring you the scores, 4 goals 3, 27, the home side, trailing by 7 points, 5 goals 4, 34, Sacred Heart. Entertaining second quarter, 4 goals to 3 in that second quarter compared to just the 2 for Sacred Heart in the first quarter, so the game opened up a fair bit. Goal kickers, Kelly, Brazel, Wilkin, Jolly with 1, Fox, Noble, Rankin with 1, and Wilkins with 2, who came into the side today for the player coach Alex Carlotto. Better players, Kelly, forward presence, and Clark, half forward craft for Prince Alfred very well, and Sacred Heart, Kerrish. The usual suspects, Moore, Noble, Kerrish, Rankin, all in that midfield, just setting the game up for Sacred Heart. Don't forget the bone crusher McRae. He's been in the best players the last couple of weeks. He's getting in and under. What do you want to see from this second half, Matty Gale?
Goals for Sportle, that's what I want to see. So they get us off. Good tap by Noble, down the throat of Moore. Couldn't take it with him. Jolly puts his body on the line, but it's Moore, gets the centre clearance. Good work by Wilkins, holds it up. He's probably done like a dinner and the umpire sees it that way. Another strong tackle by Trenorden, plays his heart out. Always get effort and reliability. I'll turn it over, Simon, smart football. Win this way, out that way. Gives one over the top to Wilkins, gives it back to Simons. Plays on, beautiful looking kick. Could have been a goal of the week contender and a kilo of snags, but he's pushed it through for a minor score. First score on the Sportle scoreboard, and also for Hahn for this second half. 5-4-34. Plays 5-5-35, plays 4-3-27 for Sportle and Hahn. Hahn Ultra Zero, great taste. Hahn Ultra Zero Carb, how good.
Today's match brought to you by Classic Clashes, celebrating grassroots greatness. PAC bring the ball back in, only as far as Simons, the skipper for Sacred Heart, who goes down holding his head, and umpires found a free. Must have just got taken high. As he had
out of area, umpire too.
Yeah, it was.
Interesting
bit of a late
call.
one. Must have got clipped on the way through. He had his schnoz over the footy. He'll send this one back inside. He's got Noble all on his own, but he's too far out now. He's got Fox, makes a good lead. Hart, Sean, and Moore. Kakuro, sorry, my bad. Basically unopposed, did his work early, got rid of his man, and marked about 25 out on the angle, but I'll back him to put this one through. Had a cider in the second quarter.
That was an outstanding kick there by Simon, straight down the throat of Kakuro. Only one that really knew where that ball's going.
And he comes goalless last week, goalless today, and still goalless. So it's 2 behinds for Kakuro. Getting a couple of looks at it. Hasn't made the most of his opportunities thus far. He's kicked 13 goals for the year, led Sacred Heart's goal kicking last year with 38. So he's an important part of this side as they approach finals.
So Jolly's turned that ball over. McDermott sends it straight back to the hot spot. No one at home though. An easy mark to Macaulay. Little slicer on the 45. Finds Pitt. So Pitt goes back to Trenorden. Pitt just knows where to go. He's got can go back to Pitt with the hand pass. Could have almost coughed it up, but Pitt's up to the occasion. And it's straight over the head of Brazel. No Brazel dazzle there. So McDermott, recipient of the free kick. Sizzler, not his best kick over. Someone put the Benny Hill music on as Pitt drives one through the middle. Umpire calls play on. He's lost his whistle. Perks goes back. Simons, can he pick it up? That's all he needs to do. Gets a kind bounce. Started this half is better than anyone on this field. Simons! There's your kilo of snags for the captain. Jag Meatworks. Clayton Simons, isn't he excited about his 1 kilo from the Jag Meatworks? What an extraordinary start to the second half by the captain, leading from the front. He's had about 5 games back. He's hitting his straps going into September.
Sensational goal. Just looked at Jolly and said, I'm too slick and too quick for you. I'll dance around you. And put it through on his left. Great goal.
Oh, sliced and dice on the left. Boom.
Around the grounds, half-time scores, Golden Grove in the Grove Showdown, 27 points in front. Broadview in the relegation dogfight against Brighton, comfortably winning by 6 goals as it stands. Port District's 18 points against St Peter's, who are also fighting it out for relegation. Great tackle in the centre of the ground. McRae head over it, met equally as hard by Perks, who lays a strong tackle, and the umpire will have it for a ball up. Noble just blocked as he couldn't approach the contest. Has the umpire found a free for him? He has. Or is it the skipper, McNamara? It is. He's got Brazil, Kelly. He goes in the Kelly direction. That's a great ball. He couldn't quite hold on to it, but he was just pushed down in the marking contest. So Kelly, continuing where he left off in the second quarter, has a shot at goal. Jeez, he's been bloody pushed back.
He's gone to DK Lilly. He's a good 35 metres back from the man on the mark, Jack.
Oh, yeah, even where he marked it, I reckon he's
probably going to cut the metre because he put the handbrake on the defender.
Yeah.
Straight in the back.
So he's probably kicking from 5 or 10 metres further than what he probably should. He comes in, he's going to be kicking straight into the wind. Looks good. Doesn't quite have the journey, though. And it's punched through for a minor score. Their first side on goal. It's through for a minor. Brinkworth, the 100 gamer, to bring this one back in.
Here's the 100 gamer, Jack Brinkworth. Not born in Brinkworth, Cooper Brinkworth, but he plays on. Little sizzler to Simons, who's been in scintillating form in this third term, the captain. Goes back to Brinky. Brinkworth chews one through the middle. Lovely little sizzler. Another slicing ball, finds the chest of Fox, looks to play on. Oh, close to a 50 either way. Playing a bit of cat and mouse there with Sumner. Anyway, he's turned that over. Terrible kick goes to McNamara. He's caught. More steals it. Umpire says play on advantage. Got one out the back and Hartshaw. Juxtaposition 101. And he sent it down there to Green Hill Road with a beautiful goal, Hartshaw. And so suddenly, Sacred Heart are away. And so is the Sportal scoreboard with a couple of Hahn Ultra Zero lights, zero carbs. 7-6, 48, 4-4, 28. Impressive match-winning league of 20 points. Almost 7 minutes down. New ball, he has hit Green Hill Road. Hartshaw, as we suggested. Commentary 1-on-1 and forward craft 1-on-1 from Hartshaw.
Certainly been a more entertaining encounter than what we had back in round 9 between these two. Sacred Heart getting the Chocolates comfortably by 68 points, 97 to 29. Similar players that featured in the best players are proving their worth today. Ethan Moore, Tom McDermott, Noble, Rankin, Brazil, Jolly, Trenorden, all involved for Prince Alfred as well. Back in the middle, new ball, brand new Sharon. Noble wins that one down. Kerrish, very good in that second quarter, just streams away, a bit like Marcus Bontempelli, inside 50. Sumner did well, thought he had the mark. He was set upon straight away by Jackson Fox. There's a ball up about 25 out. Hartshaw and Trenorden this time in the ruck. Pack kick forward, Moore. Can he get it out? He was held without it. Kakuro tackled by Pitt. Well done there by the player coach. Wins a holding the ball free kick.
So Pitt, left back pocket. Grinding his gears today. He's been in everything, Pitt. Nice little chiseler. Finds Luke McCauley. So McCauley plays on, goes around his man on the mark, goes in direction. Oh, it's in the back there of Kelly. Umpire sees it that way as well. So Noble just burning a bit off the clock. Kelly has hit his straps after that goal in the second term. Had one on short. Not his best kick. Under duress. Gets it back. Under more pressure. 1-on-3. Did it to himself in the end. McCauley picks it up. McCauley picks it up and he's tackled. So you'd think that PAC would need the next goal. Otherwise it could be damage control, Jack.
Benuto, good hands, Moore. Couldn't quite find Simons on that outer side. Neil, big hack kick forward. but that's intercepted. Only as far as Luke Dewhurst. Goes into Seb Kerrish. He'll turn and go on that trusty left. Nice looking ball. Kakuro in from the side. Brought to ground. Benudo. The little flea bagger in and under. Kakuro. Second effort. And that's held up. Directly out. 25 out from goal. You almost feel like the floodgates are just about to burst.
Yeah, it's getting that way.
2 goals to none for Sacred Heart in this third quarter. And it's all Sacred Heart here on the clearance. Kerrish, he'll line up, but he's mowed down. Ianello. Great tackle, great defensive work.
That was nice and disciplined by Ianello because he was undisciplined in the first half on multiple occasions.
And yep, he's a forward. He doesn't need to be down there, but he's doing the team thing. And lays a really nice tackle. Kerrish was probably going to put that one through the big ones. He goes wide to Sumner. He has Schmidt on in short. He should go there. He's been told to take it, but he doesn't. Just looking around. He's got no one to kick to. He's going to go to an even 2-on-2. Oh, great mark, Joe Howard.
So Joe Howard, left half back. Little Bianco contender had Ianello on short. And Schmidt. So it goes longer down the line in the direction of Neil and Kelly. Kelly reaches from the back. Some smart work. He's got to turn his speed, Kelly. Whacks it on the boot. Inside forward 50, 1-on-1. Clark gets the punch away. Clever work. The Perks needs to finish and does. Great team goal. Prince Alfred Old Collegians and their first for the second half and a much needed injection on the Sportal scoreboard. Also brought to you by Hahn Ultra Zero Carb. Great taste, Ultra Zero Guard. How good? And the margin is back to 14 points, 11-minute mark. Premiership quarter in this dead rubber.
A couple of really good plays there from Kelly, who won the ball high in the down the line contest, recovered, kicked forward, and then Clark looked like he was out of position but was able to bring it to ground, and Perk streaming through, kicked a beautiful jag, Meatworks snag there for Prince Alfred, first of the quarter. Noble and Neil with that big southpaw, taps it down nicely, only as far as Kerrish though. It's a handball out, but it's all Prince Alfred. Jolly clean below his knees. Macaulay to Pitt, he goes straight down the spine. Howard just took a strong contested mark moments ago. McNamara off hands, well tackled, but it's come out. Jolly, time as always, finds Wicks and he snaps over his head to Kelly, who I thought was going to hold that mark, but the Bone Crusher said, "You will earn this one, son."
Oh, he crushed him too, Bone Crusher.
He's going to, looks like he's got the journey. He's going back close to Hackney Road there, and he'll kick from just inside 50.
Tough kick, Hugo Kelly, but the narrow pockets here at Park 9, don't be deceived.
Wind's been coming across from that side to this side of the ground for the first half, so if the trend continues, it should be over his shoulder and hopefully help it through. Right goalpost. Looks a nice ball. Has it got the journey? It does not. Razzle Dazzle just couldn't quite hold that one.
Come off his hands
and
in the
was punched through for a minor score.
So, Sacred Heart just in the arm wrestle mode at the moment. 13 points the margin for Sportle and Hahn. Plays off from that kick out. Good punch by Sumner. Ball comes to ground. The Bone Crusher at ground level. Simons again. Done a lot of wheeling and dealing this quarter. Kakuro goes over his head. McAuliffe is out the back. He ended up marking it. So they play on through half forward. Little kick by Kerrish. Had a couple queuing up there. And the player on the mark is Lauby. And he got best player last week, Lauby. Bit quieter today. Also in last week in his first game since round 10. So he may be a little bit sore for the outing last week, getting the best player honours, but better for the run, one would say. So Lauby on the 45-degree angle. Should not have any issues with the angle or the distance for a right footer. Directly kick straight through. Umpires work to the left and it drifts for a minor score. So 7-7-49 to 5-5-35. We're almost 14 minutes down in this third term. 14 points the margin for Sportle and Hahn.
Loved Seb Kerish's work there. Had a couple of bounces. Was probably well within his rights to try and kick a big one through the sticks.
I think he should have, because the two players he kicked to, yeah, they were on, but they went in a better position.
Couldn't put it through, unfortunately. Coming over the top there was Brooks. Couldn't hold the mark. Brazel screams as he got tackled. Hopefully he's okay. Schmidt, Pitt kicks forward to a 5-on-1, and it's probably one of the smallest ones out there. Howard couldn't win out that time. And Hartshorn takes a nice mark. He goes long. Lauby in from the side. Great mark, Macaulay. So a bit of kick to kick in the last couple of plays. Brazel looks to be okay. He's got a little bit of a limp, but at least he's moving. Howard, cut off there by Noble, did well. Rankin with the one-handed scoop. Kick smothered. He picks it up again. He shrugs. Centering ball. Offhand Simons. That's not going to get there. Macaulay, he mops up. He goes in the Wilkin direction, and he finds him. He's got Clark on over the top, and he goes there. He plays on. Outer wing. Has a bounce. Runs away from Dewhurst. Goes back to Thiel. Long kick down the line, and that's cut off really well. Looks like Brinkworth on that outer side.
So really lacking that key target at half forward. Prince Alfred Old Collegian. It's been the story of the day. Juice is out for the season. He was a leading goal kicker in this league last year, so they're just prepared to pop it over the top. McDermott. Lovely little sizzler. Finds Rankin. So game's starting to really open up. Karkuro's out the back. Can he pop one over the top to Lauby? Has Benuto short.
Simons.
Goes deeper, looking for the Bone Crusher comes in. Bone Crusher! He's got it! Lovely snag, almost a gourmet 1 kilo for the Bone Crusher. Jeez, it looked like it was going through for a point. Got the little bit of left to right action on the left foot snapper.
Just curled back beautifully.
And good reward for effort for the Bone Crusher. And slots through his first for this afternoon. And that takes the game out to a 20-point margin. More than halfway through this third term, Jack Banwell.
Simons was all on his own on that outer wing, streaming inside 50. It almost looked like Karkuro saw him, but the kick was shanked. I think Simons was maybe eyeing off a big Bianco from the side, but to no avail. Still registered a major, did Sacred Heart. Kelly this time in the ruck. I've really liked his game at centre-half forward for the home side. Out of the stoppage there was Rankin, and it's intercepted by Searles. He goes straight back around the other side to Thiel. He's got Macaulay for support. He doesn't go there. He does eventually. Draws in Simons. Macaulay with poise. With a short one there to Wilkin, it is. Wilkin. 1 goal last week. Just forced to hold it up. Doesn't have many targets. He does now, Ianello, but in the hole. Really well there is Sanderson. Goes wide to Bradley Noble at centre-half back.
So Noble plays on. He's got Benuto on short. Chiming in was Ianello. Much more focus Ianello in the second half. Got a couple on at the top of the 50, ignores those targets. Out the back there, good work by Dewhurst. Might need to rush this one through, and they do. Through Sanderson. So Sanderson plays on through McAuliffe. McAuliffe sells a bit of candy. Goes into Moore. Moore doing as he pleases to Rankin. Rankin, beautiful kick over the top to Fox. The Fox has trotted. Got Hartshorn on, almost collides with Hartshorn. Goes in the direction of Lauby. Good punch. Beautiful, courageous work by Kelly. Ball comes to ground and a little bit more candy sold by Luke Macaulay. And a lovely little chiseler to half-back to Searles.
Kelly, amazing defensive work there coming in for the spoil. Lauby was about to take a chest mark. And he's a little bit worse for wear now as he was crashed into. Schmidt from Pritchard goes to Clark at half-forward. Does well to keep it in front. Jolly streaming through, sells a bit of candy. Ianello on his own inside 50. Can he use his body well? protected the drop zone but couldn't take the mark. Simons, really well done there from his defensive side on the wing to Brinkworth. And he goes out to McDermott. Just in this third quarter here, Matty, it seems like the Sacred Heart have been able to move it from their defence with just a little bit of ease. Been able to chain it out through hands and kick. Brinkworth has worked hard from fullback moments ago. He's got Hartshorn, but he's also got Ethan Moore in the hole, and he's lucky to be not cleaned up. Takes a strong, courageous mark in the hole. Goes forward to Fox. Does he find him?
Oh.
He does. Umpires come together.
No, he's controlled that.
Umpires called the mark. Jackson Fox right in front of our commentary position here.
Fox should actually be taking it right in front of Harry the Horse's camera, because that's the angle straight through the middle of the goals. But Fox, every young fella's dream, I reckon, this one. Jack, call us home.
And here comes 21 goals, 22 goals for the year. One today. Will kick from the junction. That's coming back. Left-hand goal post.
Oh!
Crashes into the goal post. And he receives a few choice words from the home faithful.
So Pritchard to do the kick-in duties. Lovely left foot kick he has. And drives one through the half-back. Good mark at the end. Strong mark there by Sanderson. Been given an eternity here and has finally asked to play on. Drilling ball, not his best kick though. And that's a good mark there by Hugo Kelly. He's gone behind the ball and has had quite the impact. So, again, given a long time to get rid of it. Goes back to Trenorden, so they're tracking back here. Interesting ploy, but they've got it in the hands of the right man in Pitt. So Pitt's taken a stack of marks from these type of scenarios and situations throughout the day. Again, given an eternity to play on. Ethan Moore, fantastic smother. No reward for effort just yet. And McCullough punches the ball out of play. So some great team defence there by the Sacred Heart Old Collegians.
Yep, sensational work there from Ethan Moore on the mark. Force that one out of bounds. Hartshorn and Neal now. Sacred Heart generates something from centre half forward. They've got him hemmed in. It's cleared by McNamara off the ground. Great tackle there by Brazel. McRae follows up on Pritchard.
Jeez, he's unlucky there, Brazel Dazzle.
Yeah, certainly looked like an incorrect disposal there. But not this time. Right in front of both dugouts. Charlie kicks forward from the clearance. Umpires found a free, and it's going the way of Mitch Wicks. Into the side today. They decide to switch instead of just pumping it inside 50, and that's not what you want to do to Simons. Excellently chopped off, and he finds Wilkins. Got Benuto on, but he's going to go back, I would assume.
Just what a brilliant quarter from Simons. It's been sensational this quarter.
No, it certainly has. A couple of score involvements and a Jag Meatworks snag of his own for the skipper. And this is a chance for Wilkins' third. He'll kick from about 40, directly in front. Bree shouldn't be too much of a factor in this kick. And that's just across the face for another minor score. 3 goals, 5 for Sacred Heart in this quarter. Plays 1 goal, 2 the home side.
Yeah, probably could have done more damage on the scoreboard, and it probably feels like it's a 5, 6, 7 goal game, Jack, but they're clawing on here. Prince Alfred Old Collegians as Pitt doing what Pitt does, but not to the advantage of his team on this occasion. Hartshorn, Bone Crusher, McRae goes back to Benuto, who's already ridden the first at Morphettville this afternoon, turns it over, should have pushed off the mark there. Smart work down the line there by Charlie. Does the ball stay in? McDermott. And the natural pursuit of the ball is at his hand and gone out of play. So true centre wing. Is there one more goal left in the quarter? 3-1. Imagine might be a bit of cramp floating around in the last quarter after a bit of heat in today. 23 degrees earlier in the day. Jolly's kick is smothered, goes towards Brazel, taps it on, and he goes as far as McDermott, switches back, finds the chest of that man Simons. He's probably had 5 kicks on his opposite leg just this quarter. Courage showing from Clark, very courageous from the young man. Prim's clawing that back in. That is danger, high voltage. Umpire agrees. Do not drag the ball in at this level. So it will be a free kick. Looks like Perks as he gets up. Dishes out the back. Goes to Pitt. Gives it the kitchen sink. But drifts to Noble. And Noble holds it up and gives to McDermott.
Pitt was nearly in line for a Jag Meatworks there. But well done on the line. Out through McDermott and Moore, and now Hildyard. Doesn't have much on down the line, so he's going to need to find something short. Noble's getting there now, and so is Wilkins. Up the back, Wilkins. Off hands, Lauby, McRae. He says, Kakuro, get on your bike, son. That's what he does. Can he pick up cleanly? He can't, and it's rushed out of bounds. 25 and a half minutes gone, 3/4 time sirens cannot be too far away. Dartfish stat. Sacred Heart currently sit at 57. That's their highest score in the last 3 weeks. There you go.
Great stat there, Jack Banwell. You're on fire this afternoon. Definitely in line for the 3 votes anyway. For the Archies, Thongs for the best player on the ground. Good tap to Noble, back into the traffic. Bone Crusher working a bit of magic there at ground level, clawing it in. McDermott's kick smothered, goes to Kerrish, he's taken high. Umpire was clearly obscured there by Till. It's set right in front of our broadcast box. Ball thrown up, 25 from home. Good tap by Noble, dangerous position again. Kakuro! There's a little bit of Jag Meatworks off the ground for a goal. And that could be a kilo of snags contender as well by Kakuro, who'd be happy to get his name on the scoreboard after a lean little trot.
It's his third side of goal and finally registered a major as Kakuro. He'll be hoping for a little bit more junk time in the last quarter to get his confidence going, as Sacred Heart looked to mount a big finals tilt this year after going out in straight sets last season.
So game high lead, 27 points on the Sportal scoreboard, also brought to you by Han Ultra Zero Carb. Great taste, Han Ultra Zero Carb, how good.
4-1 in this third quarter for the away side. 27 minutes gone, can't be too much longer here at Park 9. It's in the heartlands of the Adelaide CBD. Beautiful location for Saturday afternoon football. Pitt now asserting himself in the centre of the ground. Bit of a swingman there, the player coach, Craig Pitt. The bag of 5 a couple of weeks ago, so we can play anywhere. He's played across half-back today. Ethan Moore tracked this one down. Kerrish as well. Liked Kerrish's game. Lauby, he's just been involved in the last few minutes, but he's thrown that one out. He's been called for a free. Not sure if Pitt was the tackler, but he's going to take the free kick. He's got a big hole inside 50 to kick into. He goes in the Clark direction, in from the side. Couldn't quite hold on to that one. Good attempt though. It's found its way to McRae at centre half back. And there's the 3/4 time siren. 4-1 in that quarter for the away side. And they lead 27 points. 5 goals, 6, 36. Prince Alfred trailing 9 goals, 9, 63 on that Sportal and Hahn Ultra Zero Carb scoreboard. Today's clash brought to you by Classic Clashes, celebrating grassroots greatness. Stick around for the last quarter between Prince Alfred and Sacred Heart. This will be Prince Alfred's last quarter of football for the year, while Sacred Heart just tune themselves in for a finals tilt as they sit second on the ladder. Stick around, we'll be back after these key messages. Welcome back to Park 9 here. The away side currently leading comfortably 27 points against Sacred Heart versus Prince Alfred here at Park 9. Around the grounds in the Grove Showdown, Golden Grove currently leading Teacher Gully by 39 points. So it looks as if Teacher Gully are going down because Broadview are currently making light work of Brighton as well in the other relegation battle. They're winning by around about the same margin, 40 points. So at the moment as it stands, barring another miracle, it looks like Brighton and Teacher Gully will be going down in Division 1 this year. Back to Park 9, Kerrish streaming out of the middle. Beautiful work from the centre clearance into Hartshorn's chest. He marks 45 out from home. Directly in front, lightning start of the last quarter.
Was lightning start there. Some solid work by the Bone Crusher, and Seb Kerrish is just putting on a show with that lovely left foot peg of his, and Hartshorn just gobbled it.
He's got one this afternoon, Hartshorn. He's been in the goals in recent weeks as well, so he's a handy contributor. Swingman. This one looks okay, but it's not going to make the distance. Thought Simons was going to fly, but it's Fox. He claimed the mark, but it had gone through for a minor score before he could take hold of it. So Hayden Jolly to bring this one back in for Prince Alfred.
So Jolly has one short, looking for something a little bit longer. Finds Trenorden. Trenorden still camped in his defensive 50. Has one on the switch. Danger, danger! And McDermott chiming in. Sensed the opportunity beautifully. And it hung up there for an eternity off the boot of Trenorden. And McDermott said, "Thank your mother for the rabbits, Trenorden. I'm going to take this one to the bank."
You can see why they've conceded the least amount of points this year. They just squeeze teams in, and eventually the floodgates open up.
They certainly do. So McDermott, lovely left footer, has no trouble with this one, and he slots through the first of the last quarter for Sportle and Hahn. It's 10-10, 70 to 5-6-36. 2 minutes down, final term. And this could be a bit of a pile-on type of quarter and scenario we've got on our hands here, Jack Benwell.
Certainly. If I'm Alex Collado on the bench, I want to see Sacred Heart go on with it and kick a big score. It's something they've struggled to do this year. They've only gone over 80 points 3 times. And if you compare that to Glenunga, the league leaders, they average for the season 95 points, and Port Districts, who sit in third, they average 82. So they get the job done comfortably in the scoring department. Let's see if Sacred Heart can get a bit of confidence going into finals. Forward of centre. Kerrish, again, as he has done for most of the afternoon, clears, but only as far as Wilkin. He goes inside 50. Pitt looks like he's being held on to. It's what the crowd want, but he's not going to get it. Sanderson coming through, took the ball without him. McNamara up the chimney, hugging the boundary. Brazel punches out of bounds. 34 points the margin. Early doors, last quarter, we have a throw in. Inside Prince Alfred 450.
So PAC looking to get their first goal of this last term, get the score. Only 3 minutes down, mind you. Pitt would consider himself a little bit unlucky in that previous contest. Kelly takes it out of the air, goes to Pitt, gets caught in a sandwich. They'll have a ball up. If the umpire just drags it back another metre, and he does. Smart play by the umpire. Been very good this afternoon, the umpires. Kelly taps it down. Moore dishes off. Some smart work. Just shovels one out. Good work there by Wilkins. Couldn't take it with him. Rankin couldn't either. Plenty of players in support here for PAC. Some smart work. Excellent work there by Searles. Kick not so good. Perks makes something out of nothing. Goes back to Jolly. Jolly with a chisel, barely the required, and Brazel Dazzle just drags one in. Geez, it must have been right on the 15, but Brazel Dazzle catching what would be a bit of a slips catch heading out to third man, one would have thought.
Searles probably started that there on centre wing, just arched the back, took on a couple of tacklers and created the space in the middle of the ground for that ball to find Brazel.
So Brazel would love to kick his second of the match. As we said, been held back somewhat this season through hamstring tendonitis. Thumping ball, but drifts to the right for a minus score. Another Sportal scoreboard. It is 10-10, 70 to 5, 7:37. Also brought to you by Hahn Ultra Zero Carb. Great taste, Hahn Ultra Zero Carb. How good.
Thanks to Classic Clashes for bringing you today's broadcast, celebrating grassroots greatness, also Sports Interactive and filming footy, as Wilkins, who's come in and done a fantastic job playing his role up forward, takes a nice mark. A few hecklers from the crowd. It's probably not his best kick, but it might work. Ethan Moore off hands, coming through, ball bubbling around forward, should be pushed out of bounds, and it is. By Wilkin, nice tackle on Benuto. As he comes off for a rest in the place of Joe Howard. Neil and Noble, probably say Noble's won that battle, but Neil was competitive in that third quarter. Slightly reduced Noble's influence. Simon's left foot ball isn't going to find a target this time, and that'll be inbounded by Trenorden.
So Trenorden, he's been an honest performer today. Done some heavy lifting down back. Goes in the direction of Kelly. A few coming through and 4 deep. Rankin's dragged over the boundary line by McNamara. Another ball thrown out, true centre wing. Sting definitely taken out of this encounter. So Noble out the back. Neil gets the tap. McNamara. Brazel almost hamstrung as we speak. Wicks gives it off. McNamara. Off a shot! He doesn't. And a beautiful kick. Finds Till. So some disciplined play. Didn't fall for the commentator's curse. Nothing to lose either way, Jack Banwell.
No, the crowd wanted him to have a shot. The crowd was right behind him.
Certainly did, but Mitchell Till.
You can imagine a few cans into those boys, they would have went bananas.
Game 57 for PAC, drifted it to the left. He should have had a shot there, McNamara.
He's let us all
He's
down.
in a contention for a kilo of gourmet snags for Jag Meatworks. Surprisingly, very rarely have we seen a Bianco contender today so far, Jack.
I'm backing in Simons to have a big fly. He took a Bianco earlier in the year, absolute screamer. Hildyard on the inbound, goes to Wilkins, nudged underneath it by Singleton. It's kicked forward by Howard. Ianello from the back does well to bring it to ground. McDermott involved. Picks up, he's tackled by the skipper, McNamara. The umpire will have it for a ball up right on the edge of 50. Kelly comes in for the ruck for Prince Alfred against Noble. Loved Kelly's game today. Jolly, Howard, he's got time and space. Pumps this one deep. Pitt and Hildyard both dragged each other down. Umpire calls play on. I like that from the umpire. It's kept in play. Simons, he's got a bit of time, and we know he can sell some candy. He decides to hand it off. Dewhurst, Wilkins, Benuto around. Howard, can he get a clean hands? Not quite. Good pressure there by Moore. Wilkins holding on to Singleton, and it's through with Bone Crusher McRae. He goes to Simons, 2-on-1. Schmidt does well to nudge Fox under the ball, and he couldn't collect it. Hartshorn fumbled. Clark kept it in. He's kept it in. Umpire was about to blow the whistle, but he's kept it in, streaming away. Had a bounce. Brazel on the chest. Couldn't quite. Ianello, can he keep it in? He cannot. Crowd out of bounds by Dewhurst. Nice bit of work there by Clark on that centre wing there, Matty.
Certainly was. Good courage just at ground level here by Nettie Brooks there. He was pretty unlucky that previous attempt. Anyway, good tap there by Noble. Gives it off to Kelly. He's gone. Ethan Moore, what a massive inclusion he's been today. Right up amongst the best three on the ground.
He has been
definitely in the votes. Definitely in the votes. I don't know who's got the Archies at this stage, but this fella's had a decent old crack at it. Pops one over the top. Bit of a dangerous kick. to Cooper Brinkworth in game 100. And he's played every game so far this season. Nice kick into the middle with a bit of danger to Smith. Smith plays on, got one far out wide there. And they play on through Hildyard. So Hildyard, good build up here by Sacred Heart Old Collegians. Popping one over the top. Another one on, gets pushed out of the contest, not seen by the umpire. Lowby just drops the ball at his feet. Some smart work on the last line of defence. String of hand passes, maybe one too many. Some good work there by Kerrish, just swerving. More, almost tunnelled there. Jeez, he's got an unbelievable jumping capacity. So ball back at ground level. Some smart shoveling in the end by Kelly. Not once, but twice. So playing on down the wing. As the three bounces, goes to the hot spot. No mark taken by Pitt. And he's battled hard today, Pitt, but just could not execute there. And goes through for a rush behind. Sportle scoreboard 10-10, 70 to 5-9, 39.
Exciting work there by Kelly on that outer wing just before. Centre wing, sorry. Now with Rankin for Sacred Heart. Held up. He's got Lowby on the outer side. He's pulled to play on. He's going to bite one off down the guts by the looks, and that's probably not what you should do on your opposite foot, but it might work. Hildyard to Benuto, to McAuliffe. He's got Fox, doubled back. He's got Hartshaw, he goes in that direction. That's a nice looking kick on his chest. Kick. Great work there by McAuliffe.
The work ethic and the work rate here of the blokes like Rankin and Moore is just super impressive.
Second, third efforts, not wanting to give up on the play. McRae is probably example A of that, what you're talking about there, Matt. Hartshaw had a sider just moments ago. In he comes, this looks nice. It's fading across the face though, and it's punched through for a minor score. So a flurry of behinds. 3 to Prince Alfred, 1 goal 2 to Sacred Heart in this last quarter. 12 minutes gone on the Sportle and Hahn Ultra Zero Carb scoreboard.
So on the chest, kicks it over. So Jolly doing some heavy lifting behind the ball today. Got Brazel on short. So real disappointing forward of the ball here. They just don't have the players or the cattle to or much leading purpose at the moment. So ball comes out the back, goes to Kerrish. Couldn't get it to the boat crusher McRae. They go inboard. Wilkin, all dangerous. Still weaving themselves out of trouble. Ianiello, beautiful mark. Jeez, he's got a great set of dupes on him, Ianiello. Should go back and have a crack. Man on the mark will come back 1 or 2. Manages to still sneaking the metre on it though, but Ianiello be a good little cherry on top for him today. He's battled manfully. And a little bit undisciplined in early doors, but he's certainly calmed his farm a bit and a lot more focus in this second half. So Ianiello with the DK Lilly line-up, run up, purposeful one, will kick from right on the 50-metre arc, helicopter, don't worry about the helicopter, he sliced that one through Ianiello. Such is the power of his kick, even a helicopter can go through. And a little bit of reward for effort there for Ianiello. And on the Sportle scoreboard, it is 10-11-71 to 6-9-45. 26-point lead here to Sacred Heart Old Collegians. They had a 12-point lead at the first change, 7 at the main break, and 27-point lead is heading for home. As we mentioned, Jack stings out of the game, but it's only a 26-point margin, but truly in control.
Yeah, I like that he went back and had a shot there. He's kicked 17 goals for the year. Looks like he's playing at half back, so maybe he's not playing down forward in recent weeks because he hasn't been on the scoreboard as much. Ethan Moore just shrugs off Ianiello. He looks a little worse for wear there, Ianiello. He kicks forward. McRae in and under. So is Rankin. And he's earned a free for kicking in danger. So Rankin's right on 50. He's got Hartshaw all on his own in the pocket, and he goes there. It's not going to find him though. The bounce favours him. Can he sell a bit of candy? He can't. Benuto. Handball over his head. Simons coming through. Try to draw the high one from Searles. But it's going to be a ball up. About 40 metres out from home. Hemmed in the pocket for Sacred Heart. Near with the leap. Cups down. Didn't go far at all. Another repeat stoppage.
Okay, ball thrown up, left half forward. For Sacred Heart, Old Ecclesia's Benuto. Bounces off the chest there of... So still hustle, bustle at ground level. McRae gets his hand pass out the back to Rankin. Needs a steadier. Kicks right down the chimney. Looking for a tall target. No one at home. And Ianello easily mops up. Uncontested in the end. So it wasn't Ianello, it was Jolly. So Jolly. They play on through to defence. Through to Norton. Some good early body work there by Clark. Helping his teammate in pursuit of the ball. Gets it back now, Clark, such as the lick of the ice cream he's had on that contest. Too far out to score. Left half forward, drilling ball. Lovely looking kick to Pitt. Manhandled somewhat. Geez, the work ethic of Perks has been impressive in the forward half, and unfortunately goes off his shin, and it should be a last possession out of bounds. No, it's not. Sanderson happy to give the ball to the umpire. A lot of sore bodies out there, Jack.
Yeah, certainly. It'd almost be damage control, especially for Sacred Heart. They would hate to have any injuries. With a finals tilt poised for them next week. They might put some key players on ice for the remainder. We'll wait and see. Noble's still out there though. That's a big high tackle from Wilkin on McDermott, it looks like, in and under there. McDermott kicked the goal earlier in this term. The only one for Prince Alfred. With Hildyard, who's been in the best players in recent weeks. Down the line, Hart-Shawn does well to protect the drop zone. Clark off hands. Little hat kick forward. Through the middle. It's a piercing ball to Rankin. And he's got room to move straight away. He's got a one out. It's Fox. And that gets him on the chest. He's a bit slow to his feet, so he's going to have to take his time and probably line up for goal. But that was great build-up. I'm not sure who that was. Might have been Brinkworth that pierced that one through the guts, but opened the whole play up, and Rankin just kept that ball moving and caught Fox one out.
He's worked hard this half, Rankin. Been super impressive.
There might be a sneaky chance in the medal count, perhaps.
It certainly could
later
be.
On in the month. In comes Fox. He's going to kick from just outside 50. It's been hard to score at this end. A lot of the scoring has been done to the right of screen. Kicks from 51. This looks like a nice ball, and that is straight over the goal umpire's hat. That's his second of the afternoon. And that extends the margin to 32 points for the away side.
Amazingly enough, Jackson Fox has kicked 2+ goals for the 7th time this season, and in a breakout campaign. 23 goals is quite a good, healthy return, and he's kicked the most for Sacred Heart so far this season. So Fox really starting to make a name for himself at the level, and it was impressive overhead and a real sharp shooter in front of the sticks. So back to the action. Can they inflict a little bit more pain? Suspect there's probably still another 5 to 7 minutes remaining. Good tackling there by Howard, and he's been a very handy inclusion for only his second A-grade game. Hart-Shawn bracing for some hits, but comes out the back to Simons. What a sensational second half he has had. Pops one over the top to Gluyas. Lewis heads inside forward 50. Good punch by Trenorton. A real golden fist contender from Trenorton. And the Butte product has battled manfully in that last line of defence. We'll have a ball up about his throw in. 25 from home. Sacred Heart looking for back-to-back goals. They'll take on Port District in the qualifying final next Saturday at home. Whilst Golden Grove will be hosting Payneham Norwood Union in the elimination final. So Brome Crusher couldn't really believe his luck there, Jack, as he got hit on the chest as it went out of play.
He did. Might have been his first uncontested disposal for the afternoon if it was kept in, but he's been in the thick of everything. Harshawn just out-muscles Neil. Kick was smothered. Lauby and Venuto tackle. Rankin, McRae, snapping ball. Bounces through for a minor score. Wilkins maybe thought he was held. It's been a similar trend today as it has been all year. Two goal scorers in double digits for Sacred Heart, and then the rest singles. So they don't rely on any one player to kick a massive bag to get him a winning score. They rely on lots of players to chip in with their bit for the team. Good mark on that outer side there for the Prince Alfred man. Kick couldn't quite hit Macaulay though. Rankin spoils out of bounds. True outer wing. 20 and a half minutes gone. Margin stands at 33 points for the away side. And they've continued on their way of being a very stingy defence. As I said, only 45 points for Prince Alfred thus far. That's well under their season average of conceded. It's with Pitt now. Handball's back. They should open things up. I think that's Searles. It's a nice looking kick to Thiel. Didn't quite find him on the chest though. McDermott did well to hold him up and clear the area. Wilkins clean below his knees, does well. Gluyas couldn't quite. Schmidt could be clean. Sumner, that's not a great kick, but it finds Thiel, but it's called not 15. McDermott with a great tackle, and he's been rewarded holding the ball. What can he find? It's a pretty packed forward line. I've liked his game today. He was in the best players against Prince Alfred earlier in the year also. Just goes short to McAuliffe. Been goalless this afternoon. He is their second highest goal kicker for the year though with 20. And he goes inside to Rankin. That's a great strong mark. Coming through was Pitt. Just grabs at that hamstring. Hopefully it's just a corky.
Yeah, they got a corky right near the buttock.
Yeah.
Right near his coccyx bone.
Might test him. He's marked just on 50. Saw him put one through in the second quarter from a fair way closer. But he's been one of their better players today. Worked his way into the game. He's also been one of their better players all year. He'll feature in the Archies voting. Kicks from just outside 50, but he's pulled it. Makes the distance with absolute ease. I thought it might have been right on his journey. He signals to the bench. Probably wants to come off and get that on ice, I would assume.
A bit lazy on the shot there, Rankin. Anyway, back to the action. Pritchard goes straight down the high diddle. Worked well here. The two Macs have played well and they've dished it off to each other again. Set play out the back. Some good work there by Charlick, but he's overrun the ball. And that's how quick you can move the ball. And the umpire said we'll have a throw in. That 10 around from the Prince Alfred goal. I'd love to finish with a little flourish of goals for their 2024 campaign. As Ollie Clark re-enters the fray.
Been one of their better players this afternoon.
Yeah, very smart. Hasn't had the output of usual weeks, but still, whatever he does turns to gold. He's taken out of that ruck in a harsh circumstances. There was Kelly. And a strong tackle there by Dewhurst, but the umpire says fair play in my book. Some good work. Hartshawn, he was taken high there. Hartshawn should get the free kick. And some unnecessary contact in the end. So they play on immediately. So Kerrish continues to rack them up. Goes to McDermott. McDermott's got one down the line. Little slicer to Wilkins. Holds on as he takes it over the line. Been impressive, Wilkins. Couple of snags after being a late inclusion. So still wheeling and dealing. Benuto probably hasn't racked up as many disposals or that strong forward tackling presence as he would have liked, but played his part nonetheless. And they're going to bank it up there right on the 50-metre arc here for Sacred Heart Old Collegians still looking to inflict some pain. And they can leak goals late in the game. PAC average losing margin 55 at home. Fox drills one to the line. I think it's a touch. Still play on. And Rankin trying to do the unbelievable and couldn't quite pull it off. He's just an extraordinary athlete, competitor. Rankin, I just haven't got words for him. Anyway, back to you, Jack.
PAC once again straight up the eye, diddle diddle. Only as far as Smith though at centre half back for Sacred Heart.
Good tackle there by
Charlick. No, you're right. He's an interesting type. He's a ball Rankin. He can kick on both sides. He's done today, and he'll give you 110%.
It's probably why he's one of Colorato's favourites.
Perks over this one. So's Hildyard. Neil, soccer kick forward. Only as far as Dewhurst. Now more. Kerrish. Gluyas in pursuit of Clark. Neil, this is just not great footy at the moment. Bobbling around Howard.
Tackled by Brinkworth. 11 goals, 14 for Sacred Heart. So that's one of their biggest scores for a while. 25 scoring shots.
Ethan Moore kicks forward, only as far as Pritchard though for the home side, and that's a nice ball to Jolly, who should mark but doesn't. Handball's over his head. Knew he had support out there. He found him, but not on his chest as he would have liked in Searles. And that probably sums up
the afternoon for Prince Alfred, and probably their season close, but probably not quite good enough. Lacked a bit of polish. More now. McNamara, the captain, streaming away. This would be a great goal and a good finish. Unfortunately, he's pushed it to the near side. 1 goal 4 for the last quarter, the home side.
So Sanderson retrieves the ball almost from Green Hill Road. Batted well down back, Sanderson. Quite taller than you would think at ground level. So Wilkins goes up high. Some good work by Clark. Thumps it on the boot, gets it right inside forward 50. Goes out to, there's the siren. No more Kelly. Yeah, Sting well and truly out of this one. And on the Sportal scoreboard, 11-14-80. 34-point winners over Prince Alfred Old Collegian, 6-10-46. 27-minute quarter. Brought to you by Classic Classes, celebrating grassroots greatness. And a very handy 34-point margin. I'm sure Coach Collotto, who rested himself last minute, was carrying an ankle injury for a couple of weeks. Out this week with the calf niggle. Sure he'll be back next week, but be delighted with his charges, Jack Benwell.
No, he certainly would. That was just a professional performance from Sacred Heart. Weathered the storm early of PAC, who were it was only a 7-point margin at half time, but kicked away in the second half, 6 goals to 2. They run away comfortable 34-point winners. We'll just run through the goal kickers for the home side. Kelly, all singles, Kelly, Brazel, Wilkin, Jolly, Perks and Ianello. For the away side, Fox and Wilkins had 2 apiece, and singles to Noble, Rankin, Simons, McDermott, Takuro, McRae and Hartshawn. Around the grounds, Golden Grove win the Grove Tavern Showdown for the second time this year. And it'll be a while before we see a Grove Tavern Showdown, because they've sent Teacher Gully packing for this season in Division 1. They will go down by the tune of 53 points. As for Sacred Heart, you touched on it earlier, Matty, they'll play Port Districts in a home qualifying final. Glenunga will have the week off after finishing the year with only 1 defeat. What are you looking forward to there in Sacred Heart's next outing in the qualifying final?
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing how they go, because they're 0-4 against top 3 teams. Sacred Heart this year, which is an impressive stat for filming footy, and powered by Darfish. So yeah, that's about pretty much where it's at. They went out straight sets last year. I don't see history repeating itself, but Port Districts have rewired their season somewhat in the past month. But these guys, Sacred Heart Old Collegians, up until today, were really miserably out of form, and they got slaughtered at home, I think, by Glenunga, and they lost to Golden Grove. So they've walked their way out of it a little bit unscathed. They'll be happy with the result. Plenty of players running themselves into form for the September run, but we must thank Filming Footy and Sports Interactive, our broadcast partners, the Adelaide Footy League. Scoreboard brought to you by Sportle and Hahn. Hahn Ultra Zero Carb, great taste. Ultra Zero Carb, how good. And Filming Footy for all their footy stats. Powered by Dartfish, the video analysis solutions for improved sports performance. Farmers Leap, proud sponsor for Coach of the Week award. I was very happy to head out during the week and give that to Kennewell, the coach of Pulteney. Old Scholars. Kenners, good luck to you. Hope you got a win against Greenacres today in the elimination final, but well deserved there for the Coach of the Week award. And the Media Player of the Year award will be brought to you tomorrow and out on Tuesday through Tommy Javor. The Sacred Heart Old Collegians make their way back to the rooms. Best on ground receiving the Archie songs and the snag of the day. Kilo of snags brought to you by Jag Meatworks. Who snagged the jag of the who jagged the snag of the day? It was Simons in the third quarter with a left foot snapper, and he thoroughly deserves his kilo of snag. So well done to Clayton Simons, who had an instrumental second half, and he was absolutely superb. And also a big thank you to the coach, the goal of the week brought to you by Born to Build and donated by the Wakefield Sports Clinic. I think this week was Cavallaro. Got the kilo of snags and got the daily double, Jack.
Oh, he did too, yeah.
And the mark of the week brought to you by Bianco. Didn't reach any great heights for Bianco this afternoon, but nonetheless, Sacred Heart did the dishes when they needed to, Jack. Simple as that.
They certainly did. They'll be fancying themselves as a big sniff against Port Districts to get the chocolates, especially on a home soil. And Golden Grove will be playing Payneham in a home elimination final as well, so that will be two absolutely ripping clashes. As for Prince Alfred, commiserations. It's been an up and down season for them, losing a whole host of players after their grand final triumph in 2023, but thankfully for them they avoided that relegation when they were in a bit of a dogfight there a couple of weeks back. So they'll be back, they'll recharge over the summer and ready to rock and roll in 2025.
Jack, what do you think they need to do as far as bringing players into the line? I know Jaden Davis, the Juice, is a leading goal kicker in Division 1 last year. He'll be a welcome return after going out with a pretty serious shoulder injury. He was an Adelaide Crows top-up player. Him and Brazel, both top-up players this year, so never really got full access to them. But where do you think they need to strategically recruit? What area of the field?
They'll probably need to recruit probably just a couple of blokes through the midfield. The blokes they recruited last year, like Trenorden, Kelly, Chant and Schmidt, they're all sort of either forward or back sort of taller players. They need to help out Macaulay, Pitt, Jolly and McNamara through the middle of the ground. I think a couple of top-end midfielders will do them the world of good. And then also just seeing the development of Kelly and Schmidt, and also Wade Chant were there a couple of weeks ago when he snapped his ankle. So the development of those guys into 2025 will also be crucial to see Prince Alfred rise up the ladder again in 2025.
Yeah, exciting times ahead next week. All the finals for the Adelaide Footy League brought to you as the Division 2 to 7. They're 1 week ahead of the pace, and they'll be heading towards second semi and first semi-final action at a ground near you. And these games are all broadcasted via our Filming Footy and Dartfish, I think it is. It's our YouTube channel.
Yes.
We're running through Dartfish or Filming Footy, or probably both.
Filming Footy on YouTube.
Filming Footy on YouTube, so grab all the action there and watch us live. Big thank you to Harry the Horse on camera, Jack Banwell for get the 3, 2, 1. Harry's probably got the 2, you've got the 3 and I'll take the 1. But it's been magnificent down here. We'd have to talk off there for Archie's 3 votes and the player of the match for the Thongs, but been a delightful afternoon work alongside you two fine gentlemen again, and look forward to some finals action next week, Jack Banwell.
Beautiful from myself, Matty Gale and Harry the Horse on camera. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure to be back next week, next Saturday Arvo, for some ripping finals across all divisions.
what division you are interested in. We'll see you then.